At the end of this video, you're gonna figure out what the 2 rules are that every beginner should know. The first rule that every beginner should know is that anytime you are serving, you should look to stay back. Why? Because after you serve, the ball has to bounce. The returner is gonna hit a return. They're gonna get up and established. Directly after that, the ball has to bounce on my side. So make sure that you respect the fact that the rules in pickleball are that it has to bounce on both sides after the serve and after the return. So best court positioning that we should see after I serve is I'm serving. I'm not stepping inside the court. I'm not looking to see how pretty my serve is. I'm giving myself cushion. I'm giving myself some room back off the baseline. Why? Because I know it's easier to make adjustments going forward than it is to go backwards. Not too much can go wrong when I move forward. A lot can go wrong when I'm moving backwards. So take a look, take a look. I am hitting a serve. Directly after I hit my serve, I'm gonna stay. Serve and stay and return and rush go hand in hand. They fall from the same tree. So I'm serving. Ethan's gonna hit a return. It's gonna come to me. I can look to hit a 3rd ball drop, or I can look to hit a 3rd ball drive. Little nugget for beginners here. If you find that the returner does not come in off the return, that's a great opportunity for you to take a 3rd ball drive back at the returner. You and your partner can move forward, get up and established. Usually we don't see this, but if the returner stays back, great time to capitalize, take advantage, hit that 3rd ball drive, not at the returner's partner that's at the kitchen line, that's up and established, but take the 3rd ball drive back at the returner who stayed back and then move forward directly after that. Again, I am serving. Ethan's looking to hit a return. I'm staying and I'm letting it come to me. Here's the proper court positioning if it's a deeper return. So I'm serving, I'm taking 1 step back, giving myself some time. There is nothing wrong with using this part of the court. The courts are made this big so you can play good defense and you can get organized and give yourself lots of time to work with. Again, I'm serving, taking 1 step back, giving myself some cushion. Now I have some time to get organized. Know that if you have time out here, you're gonna feel like this game is a lot easier to play. You're gonna have more time to get organized. You're gonna have more time to prepare, and not too much can go wrong when you have time in pickleball. Okay, the second rule that every beginner should know about the kitchen is that you should not be afraid of the kitchen. I can stand in here, I can have a meal in here, I can set up a campsite in here, I can even go to bed in here. The only thing I cannot do is take a ball out of the air as I'm in the kitchen, or take a ball out of the air back behind the kitchen and my momentum carries me in. Another example would be if I look to Ernie. Let's say if I look to Ernie over the right side here. If I'm gonna do it the correct way, I can walk through. If I walk through, both feet have to be established and then I'm making contact. If I was to jump over, only 1 foot has to be established. But just understand that you should not be afraid of the kitchen. There's so many great things that take place by being at the kitchen. You're in much better control, your feet are less vulnerable, you can take time away from your opponent, and we all play this game because we love green light balls up here. And if you're not at the kitchen, not gonna lie, it's very difficult to get green light balls. So many great things take place by just getting comfortable at the kitchen, but just know that if my momentum carries me in off a volley, that is a fault. If I take a ball out of the air in the kitchen, that is a fault. If I was to Ernie and leave 1 foot in, that is a fault. Or if I was to Ernie by walking through and only 1 foot gets established, that's also a fault. So if I was in the kitchen here, I can actually dink back and forth from the kitchen. Take all these as half volleys. Okay, so nothing wrong with being in the kitchen as I'm taking a dink. If I'm back behind the kitchen and I'm taking volleys, it should look like this. I'm leaning forward, I'm keeping my feet still, but I'm making sure that I'm balanced and that my momentum is not carrying me forward as I make contact. If I was to Ernie, Easy E and I are dinking back and forth. If I was to Ernie, okay, it would look like that. I can also step through both feet. I can also step through, okay, watch, step through both feet. Ernie, I'm just looking to make sure that if I do take 1 step over, only 1 foot has to be established. If I walk directly through, both feet have to be established.